Hello everyone, welcome to the DevByte YouTube channel. Today's video is on Python NumPy, which is a tool that is used to manage the multidimensional arrays in Python. I am your host Mohit. I am going to take this session for you all. Keep keep a like to this video and keep watching. I hope you like this video. So first we are going to start with the list. I'm going to start with list because Tanmay, my friend, has made a video on the basics of Python, like how can be installed in your system, how to use the basic of Python, the basic syntaxes, the basic data structures, and what basic things you can do with the Python language, like simple coding. The link to that video will be given in the description box. Don't worry about it. So he has given a brief introduction to the data structure list that I'm going to do a more detailing about it. So what a list is? A list is something. If you have done a little bit of coding in C or C++ or any other language, something a data structure is, you have heard about a data structure called arrays. But a list in Python is similar to arrays because a list has many different types of functions inbuilt in it, and a list has only mm, a series of number or a series of things that it produces in Python. So something more, what more about list we want to know, we will see in this coding video. So I'm using this Jupyter Notebook platform, which can be directly downloaded from Anaconda or Python. This thing is also taught in the previous video taken by my friend Tanmay. The list is given. The link to that video is given in the description box. Let's move forward. So, what are the different functions a list perform? A list can perform, like list.append, list.extend. These are just names of the functions that I'm listing here. These are just names of the function. For using each of these functions of at this data type list, I'm going to give an example of each. For more stuff about list, you can go to the link that is given here, this link, and you can learn more about list from this link. So how to declare a list? We give a variable. We are here, for example, we are giving a variable L1, and we have declared the elements of the list like 1, 2, 3. The the list is declared by using a square bracket and the numbers within it separated by commas. So this is the list L1 created, and we are printing the list. Dot append function is used to add 15 or the given number inside the brackets at the end of the list. Dot extend is used to add another list at the end of the existing list. So we have created a list L2 and we are going to add it at the end of L1. List.insert is used to add an element at a certain position. So at position 3, we are going to insert the value 8. So this is a position. The first value is position, and the second attribute of value is the value we are going to insert. At the position 3, we have insert 8. See, at position 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So here 0, 1, 2, 3. At the position 3, the value 8 is inserted. List.remove, it just removes the first element in the list whose value is given to is equal to 2. 2 is here the value that is inside the bracket. You can give any other value 2. So the first value 2, this value, this value is deleted from the list, removed. List.prop, it is going to remove the last element of the list. Like see, the last element was 20, now it is removed. Let's move forward. List.clear, so clearing the list means you are going to just clear all the element of the list. Like L2, for L2 we have declared the value, this one we have declared the value 16, 17, 16, 18 and 20. and doing list dot clear, we can see the output L2 has no value inside it. Now list dot index. It is the index of the first element with the value given inside brackets. So index 8 means the first index of the value 8. Here 8 in this list you can see value 0, index 0, 1, 2. At the second index we can find 8. So the output is 2 here. List dot count. It counts the number of times the given value inside the bracket is repeated or present. Here 3. The number of times the value 2 is present in the given list. This given list L1 is 2. Is 3. Sorry. L1 dot sort. Sorting, from the smaller numbers to larger number or larger number to smaller numbers. By default, here dot sort represents from small number to larger number. So now list L1 is sorted. Dot reverse, it will reverse the list. See again now large numbers to small numbers. Dot copy. Copy means you are copying a list. So L1 is copied to L3 and see L3 value is this one. Now I am going to introduce you to NumPy, the main thing that we are going to introduce in this video. What a NumPy is. So this definition is taken from Wikipedia. The NumPy is a library for Python programming language, adding support for large multi-dimensional arrays and matrices along with a large collection of high-level mathematical functions to operate on these arrays. So this is a little bit of definition for NumPy. So in simple, I can define it that it is a library for Python language, Python programming language. It gives basic functionalities and basic uses to multi-dimensional arrays and matrices. Okay. For basics, we use NumPy in these type of things. How to install NumPy in your system? For installing NumPy, you should have the basic only Python and a Python in package installer. Okay. So what is a Python package installer? You have Python. So along with that, an open source Python package installer is Conda or pip. How to install pip and Conda? You can follow the link from here. Anaconda is also a open source package, but the pip is the standard package management system. Means the basic package management system for Python is pip. You can download all the packages and softwares written in Python using pip. To download pip, you can follow this link, and to download Anaconda, you can follow this link. I can show you. Wait. For Anaconda, you can follow this link and you can download Anaconda from here. Okay. For pip, you can follow this link and you can download pip from here. Okay. So for more NumPy details, you can follow this link. This is the official NumPy page website where all the details of installing NumPy and its uses are given. I'm just showing a tutorial how to use NumPy in your system and in Python. So how to import NumPy? We have to import NumPy for using it in other part of your code. You can use import NumPy or you can use import NumPy as NP. This NP is a keyword that is going to represent NumPy at other parts of your code. So we are going to run it. See, our import part is done because I have NumPy in my system. If you don't have NumPy in your system, you have to go to command prompt like this. Open command prompt. You have to write pip install. For that you will have to first download pip and install it in your system. When you have pip in your system, you have to write pip install NumPy. For me, I have NumPy in my system, so it is showing requirement already satisfied. Means I have the NumPy in my system. But if you don't have NumPy in your system, the NumPy package will be installed in your system, and then you can use it. Okay. So now importing NumPy, you have seen. So what a NumPy array is? So NumPy array is defined by writing np.array, because np is the keyword we are using. np.array in brackets, and in square brackets, this is the first element of NumPy array, this is the second element of NumPy array, this is third element of NumPy array. Here we are creating a two-dimensional array, because this is the first dimension, this square bracket is the first dimension, and inside that dimension we are having three elements. Okay, these three, you can see that. So how it is represented, I will show you. See, it is a two-dimensional array having three columns and three rows. These are the columns, and this is the row, and these are columns. Okay. This is the first dimension, and this is what is the A0, means the first element of array. You can see it is this whole list. This is the first element, because every element is separated by comma. So this list is separated by comma from this one, and again comma this one. So this is the first element of the NumPy array A. So now we can just, without declaring a variable or creating a full NumPy array as A equals to np.array, we can just directly print an array using this, and a NumPy array with element 1 comma 2. This just an element. It is similar to the list, but its data type is NumPy array. What are the benefits of NumPy array more than list? I will teach you along with the tutorial. See, this is a list. C is equals to, in brackets, the elements of C. This is a C. What is the type of C? See, it is showing it is a list. Now, if we do C is equals to np_array dot C, np_array in bracket C, means now we are converting the list C into a NumPy array and storing it again in the C. So now C is showing like this. It is converted into a NumPy array. Earlier it was this, and now it has become this. Now what is the type of C? It is numpy.ndarray. You can see here, it is numpy.ndarray. What are the other ways to declare a NumPy array? You can directly give np.zeros with two rows and three columns. See, two rows and three columns. All the values are zeros. np.ones with three rows and four columns. All the values are 1 equal to 1 is three rows and four columns. np.empty with three rows and two columns. All the values are again 0, means np.zeros and np.empty do the same work. Here we are giving the parameters number of rows equals to 2, column equal to 3. Here we are giving the number of rows equals to 3, column equal to 2. So this is how we declare NumPy array, by declaring a NumPy array with a variable, by turning a NumPy array in through a list, by declaring zeros and ones. Okay. Now NumPy has a function arrange. It is used to create sequences of number. If you have used any for loop earlier in Python, or if you don't know about for loop, you can refer to Tanmay's video, that the link will be given. For that, what a range is, in simple Python, we can see range 2, range 5. Range 5 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. In NumPy, we have the same thing, arrange, np.arrange, which provides the arrange function, which is analogous to Python built-in range function. But this returns an array. It returns it the range function in Python returns a list, and this arrange function in NumPy returns an array. So what is np.arrange 10? Obviously, it is an array from 0 to 9. What is np.arrange 15? It is an array from 0 to 14, and we have stored it in the variable b. So what is the b dot? What is the data type of b? It is integer. You can see because all the values here are integer. What is the type of b? It is NumPy array. So now using arrange function, we can do this thing. Like we can declare the range from 10 to 50 with the third variable declaring the step size. So this is 10, step size 5 means 15, then 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. It will not include 50, it will be less than 50. Now np.arrange 1 to 3 with step size 0.3. So it is a float. It can the argument is given as a float. So it will also give output as float. So this is 1, then 1.3, 1.6, 1.9, 2.2, 2.5 and 2.8. With step size 0.3, it will not include 3 and elements more than 3. Next, NumPy has a function called concatenate. It is used to join two NumPy arrays. We have a NumPy array A with 1, 2, 3, 4, NumPy B with array 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we are using NumPy.concatenate A and B. This is the syntax you should use. You have to give the arguments in a bracket, and this is output. The arrays have all the elements of A and all the elements of B. Now the functions of dimension, size and shape. I am going to give details about what these functions represent. Let's first declare an array, NumPy array. Array is equals to this is so much values, and so it looks like this. This is a NumPy array we have defined. This is a NumPy array that we have defined. See, it is a three-dimensional array, 1, 2, 3, and it has so many elements. So what is the actually what is the dimension of the array? We can directly get it by an array dot ndim. It is third three-dimensional array. I told you because we have three brackets. We can have more dimensional arrays using NumPy, but we can see it is a three-dimensional array. What are the size number of elements in the array? We can easily see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 rows and 1, 2, 3, 4 these columns. So it is 624. It is 24 elements. What is the shape? It is 3, 2, 4. It is 3. This one you can see this is the first one. This is separating 3, 1, 2 and 3. Done. Then 2. This is 2. This is 1 and this is 2, and the total is 4. Okay. 4 means each one is separated by 4. Okay. 2 is this one, this and this, and each one is separated by 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is a shape. What are the shapes? It can be viewed if it is a three-dimensional view, but you can analyze a multi-dimensional array in this way because mm, it has elements in different rows and columns separated in this way. What is reshape? If we have elements 24 and we have shape 3 comma 2 comma 4, we can reshape it into a numpy array of reshape 6 comma 4, because it will also have element 6 into 4 equals to 24. We cannot reshape into a shape which will have elements more than or less than the existing elements. So now it is simple to you because it is two dimensional. See, it has 6 rows and 4 columns. It had something three dimensional big, so it had three times 2 rows and 4 columns matrix. Because see, this is 2 rows and 4 column matrix. It is three times, one time, two times, three times. So it is multi-dimensional. You can analyze it in some your mental space. So what is 1D and 2D array? How to convert 1D array into a 2D array? We are declaring a numpy array, is A. So what is the shape of A? It is 8 comma 1. It is 1 because it has one call. It has eight elements and no columns. So it is sometimes it is just a single dimensional. So it is its shape is 8 comma something. So what is A? It is just an array, simple plain array. Okay, so it has 8. Now np dot expand dimensions of A with axis equals to 1. Axis equals to 1 means along with the columns. We are along with the rows. We are along with the rows. So this is we are going to expand the dimensions. See, now the dimensions are expanded. These are the rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They are converted into rows. The dimension is expand. Now we are creating another numpy array. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It has 3 rows and 4 columns. Now what we are going to do with this is this. We can directly perform simple checking of elements or simple search operations or simple operations using the numpy function without going through all the elements, looping through all the elements. See, this is the numpy array that we have created A. If we do B is equals to A for A greater than 5, all the elements that has value greater than 5 will be in the numpy array A is copied to B. So what is B? B is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, simple. It has all the element that is greater than 5. Uh, all the elements in A that are even. See, this is all the elements in A that are even. It is directly passed to the new D2 array. So NumPy operations are easy to perform and directly implemented. Some other easy operations are, see, we are creating two NumPy arrays. The first array we have like 3 rows and 2 columns, and one and uh, this array NumPy ones will have just 2 elements. So what the first array is, see, this is 3 arrays and two 3 rows and 2 columns, and for these ones we have just 2 elements or 2 columns. Never mind. So just easy operations means what we can do with a numpy array. The array data multiplied with 3, it means that each element gets multiplied with. Without looping through the elements, we can just perform the operation. See, each element 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 7 is multiplied with 3. You can see them. Plus 3 means each element is added with 3. 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 10. This 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 7 is converted into this one. All the elements are added with 3. What is the shape? What is the shape of data? It is 3 into 2 means 3 rows and 2 columns. What is the shape of ones? It is just 2 columns, 2 rows. It is just 2 rows, or it is just a array of 2 elements. That's why it does not have another dimension. Now this is the important thing that I want to show you. It has 3 comma 2. This is the shape, this is the data, and this is the ones. We can see the addition function should be performed with elements of same dimension. Elements of same dimension. The dimensions should be same to perform addition of matrices. We know that. But in NumPy, we have using data plus ones, you can easily see all the elements of the data are added to ones. Ones has smaller dimensional. Ones is a small dimensional array which is converted into the same dimensional array that data is, and then it is added to the data. You can see all the elements of data are added to ones. Data minus ones, you can see. Now data star data. What is star? It is element wise product, means all the elements of the array data is multiplied with itself. See, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 7 is converted with squares of itself because each element is multiplied with itself. Data divided by data, each element will be divided by itself, so it should give 1. So see, it gives 1 for each element. Now twos, we have created an array twos. We have elements 2 and 2. What is dot? Np dot dot. Np dot dot is a matrix multiplication between two arrays. Here the arrays are data and twos. So the matrix multiplication is giving the values 14, 22 and 18. You can just check it by 3, 4, but we had the value 3, 4, something 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 7 when multiplied with 2 and 2. They give these values. Data dot dot twos. This is also a method of doing matrix multiplication. See, the values give same. Now we are creating an array. This one, what we can do is we are reshaping it. See, the element has the array has 4 elements, so it is declared in one dimension, so it is one dimensional. Now we are converting it into 2 dimension with elements 2 and 2, means rows 2 and columns 2. So rows 2 and columns 2, it should have total same elements 4, otherwise it would not be converted. So this we got. Now row wise sum, b dot sum x is equals to 0. When x is equals to 0, we are doing row wise sum. What is a row wise sum? This is a row, this is a row, this 2, this is a row, or this is a row. It This is added 2 plus 5 7, 3 plus 6 9. Column wise sum, see, it is added 2 plus 3 5 and 5 plus 6 11. Now moving forward, if you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, the DevByte. Give a thumbs up to my video and keep watching. I am going to introduce you to some big functions and some interesting functions that you will like in this NumPy. What NumPy is basically interesting about. See, we have already created an array data, so we are calling it to show you about something. The Now max function, we can directly find the maximum element in the array. It is 7. We can see that the minimum element 2. We can see that the maximum element x is equals to 0. So column wise maximum element 5 and 7. See, these are the columns, and the maximum element in this column is 5 and maximum element in this column is 7. So 7 and 5. Row wise 4 6 7, in this one 4, in this one 6, this one 7. You can get there. Now this is a random creating function, np.random.rand. This creates a array of 4 rows and 3 columns with random values. Rows and 3 columns with random values between 0 and 1. You can increase the values by multiplying it with tens and hundreds, and we can give range also between what value to what value you want the random values. It has multiple attributes. Now we are again calling creating a the now we are going I'm going to show you some universal functions. Okay, universal functions means, okay, let's move at the functions, then I will tell you what the universal functions actually mean. Now we are creating array an array with arrange 4, so it has element 0 1 2 3. Now what we want to do is np.expp. It does the exponential value of each element. What is the exponential? Is e to the power the element. If you know exponents, you can easily understand this. It gives the value 1. This to e to the power 0 equals to 1, e to the power 1 is equals to 2.718, e to the power 2 is equals to 7.38 and something. np.sqrt, it we do the square root of each element. These are the universal functions, means exponential function. Exponential functions are the functions that do exponent of the given value, square root of the given value. See, square root of 0 is 0, square root of 2 is 1, 1 is 1, square root of 2 is 1.414, square root of 3 is 1.732, and more. You can do square root of as much elements as you want. Cube of each element, p cube, you can do cube like this: 0 1 8 27, the square of 0 1 2 3. Arrange 25. Now you are going to create a big array. Arrange 25 means 0 to 24. Now we are reshaping into 5 into 5, so this is the output: 0 to 24 with 5 2 into 5. Now for rows in X, print rows, it will print the rows. Okay, what is flatten function? Flatten function will convert the uh, total array, this array, to again a flat array of one dimension. See, 0 to 24 one dimension, it has converted. Now we are creating an array of 6 into 6 rows and 3 columns to show you some other functions. To increase the value of this, we are going to multiply it with 100 so that it comes between 0 to 100. Okay, now it is 0 to 100. Now floor value will give you the floor values of each element. See the floor values of each element. So thank you everyone. For more knowledge and learning, please go to the given link. This link is given on NumPy. I can show you the link. See, this is a NumPy official website. This is the page where you can learn about NumPy. These are the documentations, how to install it, learn about it, the community of NumPy. Thank you guys. Keep watching the upcoming videos of the DevByte channel. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I am Mohit. Thank you.